I'm Mike, and I'm very much a child of the 80s. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the old British Gas Showroom that's located on Grange Road, just inside the Cleveland Centre. It's had a few uses since it was the gas showroom. In 2010 it was used as the Ex Catalogue store. In 2012 it was used as a corn emporium, which was like a pop-up type indoor market, like in-shops type thing. And its last use was in 2018 as the Philanthropic Foundation. Now it's quite a large unit, as you'll see, and it has remained empty for quite some time since its last use in 2018. And as a result of that, someone's taken the idea to make it into some smaller units. Now, the side of the Cleveland Centre, or at least inside the Cleveland Centre, has been developed into like a beauty type parlour, and the outside part of the unit located on Grange Road has been developed into an active travel hub, and that's been done more recently. So the two parts of the unit that have been separated are open and operating businesses day to day. So they're not of any particularly great interest. If you want to have a look, go and use the services. What we'll be looking at today is what's behind those, what people don't see. Now, a lot of the old fixtures and fittings from its time as a gas showroom still remain. As I say, the units have been separated and made smaller ones, so there hasn't been a lot of use for what was the showroom. So we're going to take a look at those today. I'm going to show you around and see what's of interest. So let's take a look at that now. Okay, so this is the old gas showroom that many of you will possibly remember coming to pay your gas bill and things and look for new appliances, and this is what remains of it. As you can see, it's still in quite good condition. I mentioned earlier about this small unit that had been sort of segregated off, and this is it here. So the main entrance from the Cleveland Centre that many people were familiar with using is now an entrance to the nail bar that we've mentioned. You can see a little bit of the old sort of entrance display if I come onto this wall here, which probably had some Porsches or some, maybe some opening times or something like that, and one of the lights is left over there, and that's the pillar that you would have walked in to see. This is right in front of you, and that is now the studded wall that separates the nail bar from the main unit. So this is what's left of the main unit behind. We have function lights, as you can see. Not all of them are working, but it's enough for us to be able to see around. We have a storage unit, or storage cupboard if you will, to our left. All this sort of display walling where things will be hung on, and you see there's some screws up here as well, that no doubt had displays and various things on. To our right here we can see it looks like there's been some sort of fireplaces on display here, and there's been like maybe some sort of wall or panelling around there. You can see that there's some shiplap stuff on there as well, where things have no doubt been displayed. Now I happen to know as well that on the left hand side over here, and this was sort of like the shower display area, and I'll show you how I know that a little bit later on. This is where the showers and things were displayed. Now this wall here, as you can see, just next to where the fires were displayed, that is now a back entrance or a fire exit to the Sunstrands hub that is now on Grange Road, which occupies a space that the Philanthropic unit used to use. Lovely original display thing here. Now I'm told this was oven display, where all the ovens were displayed when it was the gas showroom. And again, the original ceiling panels with the lighting, some functional, some not so much. And this is some of the original sort of, I call it shiplap, so I'm sure it's got some other name. It's been repurposed here to make the wall for the smaller unit. And you can see just on the back there, I think that must have been one of the pop-up stalls possibly. But it's a huge unit, even that piece stolen off it there, if you like, and the piece stolen from the entrance hall. It's still a very big unit. So you can understand why it'd be difficult to fill it. You can see a lot of the ceiling tiles are missing here, and we've obviously had some sort of display or something stuck to the wall there, which has since been removed. Now I mentioned earlier about the shower display and how I knew what that area was. This is the staff only, this is the manager's office. Quite a small room for a manager, as you can see. But here you'll notice there's the controls for the switches for the lights. So it says like shower area, cooker display area, front window. So by operating those, I could work out which was which. So it wasn't that I was really educated, it was just that I came in and played with the light switches before I put the camera on. And there's a staff area here which we can take a look at. Only some of the lights are working in here. There's not much in here, they're all empty rooms. There's a distribution board in there. We have, looks like there's some sort of little workspace area, maybe a testing area. A little workbench in there perhaps. Doing some little repairs or something like that. It's I mean, it could be a little kitchenette I suppose, but there is a kitchen upstairs, so maybe not. The lights in here don't work, it's just a room with a couple of shelves at the back, if you can make that out. And this is much the same. If we open this door, again the switches, the lights don't work, but it's just a little storage room that goes around the corner. And yeah, there's nothing in there, it's empty. I didn't bring a torch with me this time because I didn't think I would need it, but anyway. So back into the main area, we have some sort of display pod here, which is original to the build, and then we have a really strange little cut through to go into the next display pod. I think this has been removed to try and find a water feed, and it's definitely been cut out. Again, perhaps it was something to do with the use it had as a pop-up type thing. Who knows? And again, there's a lot of storage in this cupboard. It's the same one that we entered at the beginning of the video. No doubt a lot of the fittings from in here, maybe some of the segregation little wall type thing that I mentioned over in the cooker area. Perhaps that's what that is. And those shelves look suspicious like they would fit on some of the brackets that are in the other rooms. So the original fixtures and fittings are still here as well in regards to heating. So we have an electric heater there with no doubt a thermostat of some description for this little sort of display booth that I'm standing in now. If I back out you'll see it. And again in this booth, which is a lot larger, so it's got a larger one there. There's somewhat look like to be cold vents here, but also in the sort of main showroom area there's some larger vents which are possibly for heating. There are some large boilers upstairs which I did happen to observe on a previous visit a few weeks ago. I didn't have my camera at the time then and I wasn't able to video, so we'll see if we can get a look at those when we go upstairs. That would heat a sort of unit of this size. It is a huge unit, so you can imagine the amount of heat that it would take would be quite substantial. So that's probably what all these vents and things are for. It'll have had some sort of warm air heating system for the unit. As I've mentioned, this unit has had various uses since it was a gas showroom, and throughout those times of course it would have to be safe for people to work here, so it would need toilets, it would need washing facilities, it would need a kitchenette, that sort of thing. And the original staff toilets and things still exist. They're upstairs, and so I suggest we go and take a look at those now. So this is the staircase up to the first floor of the gas showroom. You'll notice these signs here that are sort of toilets and way out and things. They are to do with the unit's later uses, where it was used for like a pop-up type thing. It was used as like an Ex Catalogue store, and it was also used as the Philanthropic Centre or Philanthropic unit, so obviously they had to be made where they were usable, so hence the toilets and things are noted so you can see where they are for other people. So this sort of leads up to a kitchen area and things like that. There's no sort of retail space up here. You can see out the windows there where we are, that's Grange Road. This is toilets out of order. It's just a one unit on its own there. And again you can see quite new signs that have been sort of made and put up. This is the toilet block, shower there, and again a male and a female which has been recently signed. And you can tell these are quite old sinks, and the washroom services towel. Let's have a look what's in here. Locked. So they're the distribution boards anyway for, I would think, the entire unit really. So if we go back outside, You'll see like this is a little corridor that leads down to the fire exit. So basically you don't have to go through the kitchen area, which is just to our left, to go to the fire exit. There's a little kitchen unit here, and then we've got a little sort of staff room, I assume, where you can put all your clothes and things like that. Some of the original wallpaper. Yeah, and obviously you can tell it's the original ceiling. But yeah, that door there leads to some boiler rooms with huge boilers that heated the gas showroom downstairs. As you can imagine, they need to be quite a size. They're not in use anymore now. They are sort of tapped off, well aged and out of date. Some more wallpaper there. So yeah, this is the upstairs of the unit. As I say, it's just a staff area really. It was just for the staff to come get changed and a bit of lunch and stuff. They're obviously servicing the units that heated the place and also sort of powered it, I suppose. So that's obviously very old. Would the person on last lunch please switch off both electric fires and microwaves at the main switches, thank you. You can see just at the top of the stairs there where I think some of the heat will come through, or maybe it's an exhaust for the boiler system. Possibly the first one actually. There's some shelving there where things have been. Looks quite a substantial shelf. Again, this is the same staircase that we came up. It's just making our way out. You can just see on the walls there some of the original finish on the walls, and also the wooden sort of architrave or dado rail, whatever you want to call it, that's prevalent throughout the actual original parts of the unit.